the divine right of kings?
The divine right of kings is a political and religious doctrine that asserts that a monarch's authority to rule comes directly from God, not from the people or any earthly authority. According to this belief, the king or queen is God's chosen representative on earth, and their power is therefore absolute, unchallengeable, and accountable only to divine will, not to earthly laws or institutions. This concept was particularly influential in medieval and early modern Europe, where it was used to justify the authority of monarchs, often allowing them to govern without checks and balances. Any challenge to the monarch's authority was seen not only as political disobedience but also as a form of blasphemy or heresy, since it was essentially opposing the will of God. The doctrine declined in popularity with the rise of Enlightenment thinking, which emphasized individual rights, popular sovereignty, and the social contract ideas that later fueled revolutions like the American and French revolutions, helping to dismantle the notion of divine authority in government.
How much does this traditional ideology persist in our formal institutions and established leadership roles? Project 2025 may roll back many progressive ideas to reestablish more traditional ideologies, for example.
The divine right of kings idea persists in modern institutions in more abstract forms, often embedded within ideologies that support concentrated authority and traditional hierarchies. Project 2025 is an initiative by conservative groups aiming to reshape the U.S. government with ideas that echo this old structure, proposing significant centralization of executive power under the president. This vision includes granting the president expanded control over agencies like the DOE and FBI, politicizing roles currently filled by career civil servants, and rolling back progressive policies on issues like LEP-2 rights, environmental protections, and social welfare. Project 2025 promotes a highly centralized authority under the unitary executive theory, suggesting that the president should have almost absolute control over the executive branch, bypassing the traditional checks and balances that limit executive reach. In addition, the initiative proposes aligning the federal government more closely with conservative Christian values, seen as a nod to traditional moral authority. This approach is expected to reduce the autonomy of institutions like the Department of Education, limit civil liberties for certain groups, and focus on domestic interests over global cooperation, reinforcing a nationalistic, hierarchical model of governance similar to historical ideologies that favor elite power structures over public accountability. In essence, Project 2025 seeks to roll back elements of modern egalitarianism and replace them with a framework that values authority, traditional morals, and centralized control, which critics argue resembles an authoritarian or Christian nationalist agenda. Such changes could have profound impacts on democratic norms and civil liberties, reshaping U.S. governance and society in ways reminiscent of pre-modern doctrines of unquestioned hierarchical rule. For further details, you can explore more at factcheck.org and Snopes.